Okay, so today we're going to start from the front of your mat or your space standing up. So make your feet hip distance apart, so following your leg line down from your hips. Find your weight in your feet, spreading out your toes, grounding down to all four corners of your feet, really planting down. Drawing up the knees, drawing up the hips so that your spine feels like it can rise out of your hips. But relax your shoulder blades, relax your face, relax your hands. You can even bring your hands onto your heart, so onto your chest, one hand in front of the other just for a minute, just to connect in to your breath. Deep breaths, arriving in your class, in your practice, to get ready to tune in, to know where your body's at, and to already know that this class is for you, and to take it for yourself. Alright, so dropping the hands down, drop your chin in towards your chest. We're just going to do some head releases. So just circling your chin towards one shoulder and then across to the other. Keep on pulling up your belly button a little bit just to keep the spine long. Keep spreading out your toes and then make these semicircle drawings across your chest with your chin. And feel that in your neck, whatever feels good. Good. Alright, bring your head up straight, see if you can find that straight line through your neck. And then we're going to roll out the shoulders, so lift them up and draw them back. Pull them forwards, lift them up, draw them back, pull them back forwards. Keep on circling around. Again, remembering the bottom half of your body, spreading out your toes, lifting up in that belly button, lifting up the hips. Okay, reverse those circles, move in the other direction. Good. Okay, so we're going to release a little bit more. Clasp your hands together. Press your palms forward. Scoop your upper back backwards. Lift it up. Lift those arms up. Open your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your hands down your back. Releasing that clasp. Alright, spread your arms out wide next to you in a T shape, as wide as you can. Opening out that chest and then twist it around one way. Not forcing the twist, but just moving the upper back. Alright, the other way. Good. Feeling the space that you can take up, the stretch, the expanse you have in your body. Alright, we're going to keep on stretching the arms. So let's cross the right arm over your body, holding the upper arm in with the other hand, just a normal exercise stretch. And move to the other side. Alright, so we're taking those arms behind us. Hold the elbow of the right arm and drop it down. Try to pull the hand back, behind the head, down the back, pulling it down. And switch to the other side. So feeling the stretch in that bicep and tricep. And keeping the belly lifted, keeping the spine long. Alright, release that stretch. Make sure you've got your feet hip distance apart again. Bend your knees a little bit and we're moving down, so drop the chin in. Lower down, forwards fold. You can clip opposite elbow. Take a little swing side to side, opening out the back, really relaxing down into this forwards fold so your knees are bent, your toes are spread. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, sink a little more. Sinking down into the position. Alright, if you're swinging, come to stillness. Release your arms if you're holding your elbows. Let's put the left hand in between the space between your feet, but further forwards so that it's in line with your shoulder. Bend your left knee, twist up to the right side, lifting up the right arm. So again, making sure this left hand on the floor is far enough forward that you can keep your spine long, you're not crunching over. Your head's reaching away from your hips and you're breathing, space in the chest. Alright, repeat to the other side, bending the right knee, right hand down, lift up to the left. Again, you can add Any movements, any swinging or rocking that feels good for you. If you want to keep it moving, keep it breathing. And come on back to the forwards fold, so bending the knees, hands towards the ground. Bring your hands onto your shins, lengthen your legs, lengthen your spine, half lift, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, release your spine again, forwards fold. We're going to do that let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, lengthen up, half lift. Exhale, forwards fold. Inhale 1 more time, half lift, head reaching away from the hips. Exhale, forwards fold, good. Alright, bend those knees a little bit deeper and we're rising up. But first we're going to swing the arms, sweep them along your mat, come on up and find this wide leg chair pose. So you're bending into your knees, but take the weight backwards towards your heels so that it's into your hips. Reaching your spine along, reaching your arms along in front of you, waking up those legs. Spread out your toes. Remember to breathe. And rise on up, come up straight, reach up. See if you can rise up onto the balls of your feet. And gently, as if you don't want to come down, lower your heels down and bend back down into that wide leg chair. Reach it up, rise on up, keep on reaching. Maybe you want to open out your back a little bit and move it back down. 2 more times. Sink down. Reach on up, rise on up. 1 last time, lower it down, sink down. Lengthen, rise on up. Good, lower it down, take a breath. And walk your feet together on your mat. So try and press the joint of your big toes together. Your heels can be a little bit further apart. Squeeze those thighs together, really press them together. And then bend your knees, sweep your fingertips. We're finding a full chair pose. Reach on up with the body, reaching up straight. And again, drawing that spine along, hips pulling up towards your belly button, sitting down into your heels. Take 1 more deep inhale. And then exhale, we're going to take a full vinyasa flow. So exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to a high plank position. Now drop the knees down. We're going to take 3 press-ups in this knee bent position. So pull your elbows in towards your body, draw your chest down, press up 3 times. Remember to breathe. 3. Alright, pressing up. Now press all the way down towards the ground. Pull on up either to low cobra, elbows down, reaching the chest on up, or press into your hands, reach on up to upwards facing dog. Exhale, wherever you are, come onto your knees, sink back onto your heels, child's pose. Deep exhale, stretch out your back, stretch out your arms. Okay, roll on up onto your hands and knees, tabletop position. Walk your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to thread the needle, so reach on up with your left hand, twist up to the sky. Exhale, thread that hand in between the space between your other hand and knee, drawing the shoulder down. Looking underneath that armpit, you can release the supporting arm up to the sky, twist it around your back, bring the palm towards your opposite thigh. Twist and breathe. Feel like you're always moving, always sinking a little bit deeper, relaxing a little bit more as you breathe, as you exhale. And then we're going to come on out of this side. So bring the supporting hand down, untwist, reach up to the sky. Exhale, plant the hand back down to tabletop, repeat on the other right side, lift it up, inhale. See if you can reach as high as you can. And then exhale, twist it through, shoulder blade reaching down. See if you can release the top hand if you want to. Reach it around the back to the thigh. Feel the head reaching away from the hips. The shoulders opening. Good, okay. Reverse that to come on out. Reach on up to keep it twisting again, up and up. Exhale, plant that hand down. Alright, taking a little cat-cow. Inhale, chest forward, tailbone up. Exhale, belly button pulling up towards the sky. Inhale, reach it forwards. Exhale, pull it up. One more time, inhale. Exhale, pull it on up, good. Alright, tuck the toes, keep on pulling the belly button up and find your downwards facing dog, hips reaching back and up. Trying to draw those heels down, shoulder blades reaching away from the back, away from the neck, down the back. Alright, so find the weight in the right leg and we're going to lift the left leg off. Bend the knee. Start to circle the knee, releasing the hip joint. Trying to keep those hips in line where they stand. One more circle. Keep pressing into the fingertips to keep that strength in the hands. And then scooping that knee towards the chest. Plant the knee down onto the mat. Turn the foot to the left side, reach the left hand out wide, lengthen up the right arm, find your gate pose. Good, reaching the right arm away from the right foot that's stretching outwards the other way. Alright, look down onto your left hand. If it's not already, walk it back underneath your shoulder. Reach the right arm up above you, and then see if you can step out the underneath foot towards the outside foot to find side plank. Again, feel the head drawing away from the hips. Keep breathing. Alright, find a full high plank. Take a flow, bend the elbows. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Reach up high. Exhale, press back. Downwards facing dog. We're going to repeat on the other side. So right leg lifting off, bend the knee, circle that hip joint. Breathing. Shoulder blades reaching away from the neck, arms strong. One more circle. And then draw the knee in towards the chest. Plant the knee down. Foot reaching out. Arm reaching out. Find your gate pose. Open your hips to the long edge of your mat. Good. Make sure your right hand is underneath your shoulder, left hand reaching straight above you. Walk the underneath leg out into side plank. Keep breathing. Keep reaching the head away from the legs. And find full plank. And hold it here for a moment, drawing the belly button long. Hips and pelvis in line, hands strong. Alright, so take one more deep inhale, and exhale, start walking towards your hands, trying to keep the strength in that belly until the joints of your big toes are pressed together, your legs are squeezing together. Bend your knees, squeeze them together even more. Sweep your hands along your mat to come up to chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, rise, mountain pose. Alright, moving straight back down. Sweep the hands, squeeze the legs, bend the knees, reach it up, inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs. Taking a full flow. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Lower it down. Chaturanga, inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, press. Downwards facing dog, and not pausing here, lifting up the right leg first this time. Bend the knee, open out the hips. So this open leg dog. Keep reaching the hips away from the rest of the back. So reaching up and back. Keep trying to keep that spine long and open out the hips. Alright, plant that foot down, repeat on the other side, left leg reaching up. Bend the knee, open out those hips. And this time we're going to lengthen up, bring the hips back square so that they're both even together. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Plant the foot in between the hands if you can, or shuffle it further forwards. Turn the back heel down, lift on up, and open out into Warrior Two. So hips towards the long edge of your mat, arms reaching away in this T shape. Reaching long. Let's take some pulses here. So lift up the front leg, rise on up. Draw the hands in towards the chest. Exhale, bend, press the arms out. So feel like you're rising up with all of your body, not just lengthening and stretching the front leg. Keep it moving, keep pressing. Inhale as you rise, exhale as you press. Deep, slow movements to feel how your muscles are working, to feel the strength and the stretch in your body. One more. Exhale, press. Good. So we're moving into extended side angle. Let's bring the front forearm onto the front thigh, reach up and over. Trying to open out those hips by keep lifting up that belly button. So keeping that belly button lifted. And then reaching up with that top arm. Alright, lengthen back up to Warrior Two. We'll repeat on the other side, so lengthen both legs, turn in the left leg, turn out the right, bend into the right side and take the pulses, lift up. Exhale, press. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press. See if you can keep it moving right to the end, and then inhale. Exhale, press. One more, inhale. Exhale, press. Good. Extended side angle. Forearm to thigh. Reach up and over. Still pull open that belly, that hip. Keep everything long and open. Alright, back to Warrior Two. Lengthen up. Switch back to the first side. Shuffle the feet in a little bit closer. Turn out the left foot again, moving into extended triangle. So inhale. Exhale, reach as far forward as you can, sideways. And then lengthen over, reach for the shin, the ankle, hook the big toe with the first two fingers if it feels good. And look up to the sky if it's good for your neck. Again, keep pulling up the stomach, opening out the hips, lengthening up the knees so you're not just sitting in those knee joints, you're helping them out, gaining some lightness. Alright, lengthen up. Turn the hips towards the front of the mat. Back leg out a little bit to the side so that it's in line with the hips. Left hand onto the hip, reach on up with the right, moving into twisted triangle. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward and bring that hand towards the outside of the front shin, ankle, or towards the ground. Shuffle backwards with that back foot a little bit if it feels better, and then twist and open. You can keep the hand onto the hip, simply reaching the head away from the hips, or lengthen up with that top arm. Spreading out the toes, lifting up the belly to find the balance. Alright, staying where you are with the legs, bring the hands back even on the floor. Walk your weight forwards, maybe shuffle if you haven't got room in front of you. Walk the weight into the front leg. Lift that back leg off, parallel to the ground, flexing the foot, heel drawing away from the head. And then if you can, reach the arms up if you've got space to find that Warrior Three. Keep on breathing. One more deep breath. Then keep the back leg off the ground, maybe bend the front knee, rise on up. Finding tree pose from here. So heel onto the ankle, or heel onto the calf, or moving through center, heel onto the top of the thigh, whatever feels good for you. Hands into prayer position. Not feeling like you need to force any position to prove anything, because who do you need to prove it to? Just breathing, finding where feels good, feels balanced, feels supported, and maybe even if you want, feels a little bit challenging for you. Reaching up with those arms, palms coming together. Deep breaths. And then from here, bring the knee in towards the center, and we're going to reach it back into that warrior three. So find the balance, maybe bring the hands down or reach them forwards just for a second, and then step back and switch to the other side for triangle pose. So right foot out this time, arms wide, inhale. Exhale, reach sideways, so forwards over that front leg as far as you can, and then arm coming down to the inside, to the shin, to the ankle, hooking the big toe with the first two fingers. Spine long, head reaching away from those hips. Deep breaths. Inhale to come back up, hips towards the short edge of your mat at the back now. Walking out the feet so that they're train tracked in the same line as your hips. Right hand on your hip, left hand reaching up, inhale. Exhale, fold it forwards and then twist it around to the outside of the front leg, to the shin, the ankle, to the side of the foot. Opening out, hand on the hip or hand in the sky. Again, remember the hips reaching away from the head as well. Deep breaths. Okay, staying where you are with the legs, arms coming either side of the front foot. Shuffle to make sure you have room in front of you, and then bring the weight into the front leg. Back leg lifted, heel reaching away from the head, reach the arms up. If it feels good, reach the arms forwards. Keep breathing. And keeping the leg off, bend the front leg. Coming up to standing and find your tree pose. So trying to keep that leg lifted to wherever feels good for you in tree pose. Hands coming to heart center. Spreading out the bottom feet. Try to find a position with that bent in leg where the hips feel comfortable. So you're not having to hitch up this side hip to clench it to hold the leg into place. You're just finding a position where you can be relaxed, grounded and balanced. Always missing the knee joint for that bent in foot. And when you're ready, lift the arms up towards the sky, palms coming together. A moment of stillness, tuning into that deep breath in your chest, the strength in your legs, maybe the heat in your palms. Alright, hands coming back to heart center. Draw the knee in to the center line, and then reach the leg back again, finding that warrior three, maybe arms coming down or reaching away just for a moment, and then stepping back to that triangle pose. This time we're turning both legs in, hips facing the long edge of the mat. Maybe walk them out a little bit wider, moving to wide leg forward fold. So before we move in, scoop up that belly button, find the long spine, hips reaching up so that our spine isn't sinking out, the pelvis isn't tilting. We're strong, we're long, and we're lengthened. So bring the hands onto the hips, inhale. Exhale, moving with the heart center forward. Reach forward, head coming down towards the ground. Bring the hands towards the ground, shoulder distance apart. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold all the way down, drawing the crown of the head towards the ground. Making sure those toes are turned in a little bit. And bring the weight over the balls of the feet a little bit more out of the heels. Deep breaths. Every time you exhale, sinking a little bit deeper. Keep on breathing, keep on releasing. And lengthen your spine, rise all the way up. Turn out your toes. Bend your knees and find the position where your feet are in line with those knees. So the feet aren't too far in, too far out, for where the knee can reach as you bend and squeeze those thighs underneath you. Reach your arms out wide, sink as deep as you can, find the goddess pose. Let's reach the arms all the way up because we're just going to stay here. We're not going to do any pulses. Scoop up that belly button to find the long spine, spread out the toes. Deep breaths. Moving into some deeper stretches, so use this pose to center yourself, to find a little stretch. Tune into your body. And breathe. One more deep breath. And exhale, bring the hands, let's go onto the right leg. So turning in the feet a little bit more. Bend all your weight into the right leg, lengthening the left leg into Skandasana. So you can keep your arms, your palms, maybe your elbows, your forearms onto your leg, onto your thigh, or you can bring your hands down, sink as low as you can, maybe into this kind of extended half squat position, Skandasana, or reach the arms out. So whatever makes you feel lengthened and long with the stretch that you have, take it. Tune into your body, find that space in your joints, in your muscles. And then we're going to move through center to the other side, so rising up or keeping low and move to the other side. Maybe you want to close your eyes, really tune in deeper to this stretch and feel how your breath feels. Alright, so wherever you are, bring your hands down either side of that front bent foot, so the left foot, maybe you're higher up, bring the hands down, turn the foot to the front of the mat and drop the back knee down into low lunge, maybe untuck the toes, lift on up with the body, sink down as deep as you can. Make sure the foot is further forward than the knee at the front, walk it forward with a little toe walk if it's not, and then sink deeper. Remember to breathe. You can always keep your hands down if that feels better for you today. If you want to press your body against your thigh and tune in like that. And then if your arms are in the air, bring your hands down either side of your foot, lengthen the front leg, hips reaching back, find your straddle pose, this half split. You can come down onto your forearms. Deep breaths. So yeah, moving into these deeper stretches as we are here. Really tuning into how everything feels, not pushing through any pain. Just a nice stretch that feels good. If it's painful, move back a little bit, move higher up or more bent, more supported. Wherever you are, keep on lengthening the front knee and you're not sitting into that knee joint. Keep reaching your head away from your hips to keep the spine long. And then bend the front knee, move back into a low lunge for a second, and then bring the outside left hand on the inside of the left foot, walk the foot to the side of the mat, and then open out the foot. I'll move this way to show you better. So let the foot open out over the side, the knee rolling over the side of the foot. So we're in lizard pose. You can bring your arms down onto the forearms. Keep lengthening the head away from the hips and breathing. Really tuning into how that hip joint feels so that you can find the point that's not painful, It's just a nice stretch. And as you exhale, you can sink deeper and enjoy it more. Deepening the breath, slowing down the movements, stretching deeper. Letting your body open up, building that trust with yourself that you can release and you'll be okay. Alright, come up onto your hands if you're not already. And then you can stay here for a little bit longer, or you can take the weight into the right arm. Bend the back knee, reach back for that back foot. So adding in a little bit of a glute stretch as well there. You can, for more support in this pose, bring the front foot flat if it's rolling out over the side. Alright, release this leg, bring both hands down. We're going to flow to the other side, so I'm moving back forwards. Press into the hands, press the back toes, tuck them underneath, scoop up the back hip, walk the back foot out to plank, take a flow, press it down. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Exhale, press, downwards facing dog. So we're moving in with the right leg this time. Let's lift it up. Bend the knee, scoop it into the chest, plant the foot in between the hands, drop the back knee down. Walk the front foot further than the knee if it's not already, and then either stay down or reach up. Letting those hips sink deeper. Bring the hands down beside the front foot, lengthen the front leg, hips reaching back into this half split, maybe coming down to the forearms, but keeping the spine lengthened and the knee lifted, pulling up towards the hips. Deep breaths. Finding that release every time you exhale. Allowing yourself to slow down. And then bend the front knee, move back into that low lunge for a second. Both hands moving to the inside, the front foot, so that you can walk that foot to the side of your mat. Replant the hands, shoulder distance apart, so square supported. And let the knee and the foot roll out over the side of the foot. Maybe come down into those forearms, into your lizard pose. And follow that deep breath. If it helps, take an ocean breath. So you contract your throat a little tiny bit, 20%. And you breathe through your nose so that you can hear an ocean whooshing sound as you breathe. Deepening that exhale. Tuning into how your body feels. Maybe already feeling like as you let go of tension, you're letting go of any thoughts, any events that don't serve you. Letting go of any judgments on yourself, any pressures you're placing on yourself, and just being in the release of your body. Taking a moment of relief. Alright, if you're not already, come up onto your hands. And then either staying here or wait in the left hand. Bend the back leg, reach back with the right hand for that leg. So here you can either focus on pulling the foot in towards you, or you can plant that front foot a little bit more flat, and you can keep holding the foot but then release the hips, sink them down a little bit. Taking that stretch in that back leg. Okay, release that back leg. And this time, instead of flowing down, we're going to walk the front foot back into a low lunge. Lengthen back into a straddle pose, into that half split, front leg lengthened. And then walk your hands back and sit down onto your heel. Sit off to one side and swing your leg forwards so that you're sitting down forwards. We made it to the floor. Alright, so turn towards the long edge of your mat. We're going to take a side stretch. So let's bring in the left leg, right leg lengthened. It doesn't need to be out sideways in any crazy split position, just a nice comfortable angle. Lengthen the arms, inhale. Exhale, fold sideways towards that lengthened leg, reaching up and over with the other hand until maybe you can reach the foot, or just keep lengthening up and away wherever you are. So keeping both hips, both sit bones planted, strong, grounded in the floor, and just lengthening the side up out of the hip. If it's a lot of work to keep reaching up, if you're higher up, bring the front arm down, keep it supported, find that support in the hand, and focus on lengthening up and out of the hips. Alright, come on up. Lengthen out the left leg, bring in the right. Arms wide, inhale. Exhale, reach. Both sit bones planted, reaching out from those hips, finding the side stretch. Deep breaths. And come up straight. Walk both feet toward the front of the mat, sitting up long and strong. Alright, so we're moving back into a shoulder stance. Now if you know you have high blood pressure or any extra condition that you know you shouldn't be totally inverted upside down, then use this method I'm going to teach you. It has the same effect. So what we're all going to do together is lie down flat. And for those with any conditions or any choices where you don't want to be upside down, maybe you just want a more relaxing restorative posture, just lie down flat, reach your legs straight into the air, and maybe hold the backs of your thighs or relax your arms down and see if you can release your legs into your hips. Draining all of the toxins and things we've moved around your gland system and your bloodstream, letting it drain out of your legs to be let go of later in the day. So this is the same posture. If this is the choice you want to make, keep on breathing into this pose. If you want to go for a full shoulder stand, make sure you've got room behind you. I'm going to shuffle a little bit further forwards. Lie down flat, reach your legs into the air. Bend your knees, scoop your knees into your chest so that your hips are reaching up high, and bring your hands onto the bottom of your back, the base of your back. Reach your legs up into the sky. Always keep your arms supporting your back wherever you can. And breathe. Make sure you don't move your head to look at me. Keep your head straight, keep your neck safe. Maybe take out your bobble if it's annoying, so come down straight, take out your bobble, and then come back up. So this is a really great posture to drain your system, to Let go of any bad things that have been stuck inside you. Drain them all out. Move them around. And then release them. If you're lying down flat, stay where you are. If you're in shoulder stand, moving into Halasana plow pose. So either bend your knees or keep your legs long and draw your feet towards the floor beyond your head. If your feet are floating, keep your arms on your back. If your feet meet the floor and they're quite comfortable, maybe you're on the balls of your feet, you can release your hands and you can even clasp them behind your back. Keep reaching your hips up away from your neck. I know it's probably hard to feel where your neck is right now. Away from your shoulders is probably better to imagine. You can even bend your knees a little bit and draw them beside your head if that feels better. And then release your hands, bend your knees and roll down flat until everyone's in the same position, legs in the air. Good. Everyone together now, we're all back together. Bring your feet flat onto the ground. Maybe shuffle if you moved a little bit further down your mat so that your feet are planted, hip distance apart. Hands beside you like brakes, palms reaching down, pressing down into your mat. Lift your hips on up into this bridge pose. So imagine there's a beach ball between your legs. Your hips remain hip distance apart, your legs remain hip distance apart, and you're squeezing the beach ball together with your thighs to engage these glute muscles, to squeeze up, to find the strength in the legs, the length and the support for the back. Again, you can clasp your hands behind your back and reach up a little bit higher. Good, keep breathing. One more deep breath. Unclasp your hands, exhale, roll all the way down, one vertebrae at a time from the top to the bottom. Alright. Bring your legs off the floor, squeeze those thighs together, arms coming into a T shape, and we're taking an easy twist. Let's go to the left, looking over the right shoulder. Moving almost to the very end of the class. So if you can, deepen that breath even more. Lengthen out your exhale. Find a deeper release in your joints, in your muscles. Move through center to the other side. Maybe you want to already grab a jumper or a top if you aren't wearing one, if you took it off and you're getting a bit chilly. And coming back to center, so one last pose of the day, happy baby, reaching the legs up, bend the knees, reach for the sides of the legs, the ankles, the feet, or hooking the big toes with the first two peace fingers, bending the knees as deep as you can, so wherever you hold, find that comfortable hold, bend the knees deeper, and draw the knees outwards towards the ground beside your body, on either side. Maybe you want to tuck your chin a little bit to lengthen your spine, feeling your spine release down at your back, press down through the middle, through the top, and feel your neck long. Opening out those hips. Deep breath, deep inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Let go a little more. Enjoy the stretch. Keep breathing deeply. This is the very last stretch, very last working pose. You can add a rock if you want, or keep to stillness to sink a little deeper. Maybe if you're holding onto your feet, you can bring your hands around and hold onto the balls of your feet with your palms coming over your toes. Okay, one more deep inhale, as high as you can go. And exhale all the way to the bottom. Release your feet. Lengthen your feet along your mat to the edges of your mat. Make sure you've got room. Further than hip distance apart those feet. Let the feet fall out over the heels. Arms coming down, palms facing up. Leave a space beside your body. Lengthen your spine. Maybe tuck your chin a little bit to lengthen the neck. And again, take that deep inhale all the way to the top. And exhale all the way to the bottom. You made it. This is Shavasana, the end of the class. We're not going to take a long one. Feel free to pause and take a long Shavasana break to really absorb the work you've done, to find that total release. But we're just going to take this little moment to tune into the release, to let go of any last tension in this one moment. So let's take one more deep inhale. Feel any more tension, anything you have left in your joints, in your muscles, in your mind, thoughts, judgments, assumptions, expectations, or any tension at all. As you inhale, feel it drawing through your body, through your muscles, through your bloodstream, through all of it, your respiratory system, drawing it all into your center. And as you exhale deeply, let it all go out of your mouth. Give it back to the universe. You don't need it. Let it go. Maybe you want to do that a few more times to really get it right, get it through, get it done. And take a second to feel the release. To feel how you feel now. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Roll over onto the right side. Come to a cross-legged, comfortable seated position. Good. Alright, take a little breath, take a little movement, come back into the world. And bring your hands to heart center if that feels good for you. I want to thank you for sharing this class with me today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel thankful for yourself and for the freedom you can feel within your body. And hopefully I will see you again next time.